All right. The real secret to live looping. All right, this is a big claim. This lesson will be called like the real secret of live looping is not live looping. It's not in the loop station. It's not in the riffs. It's not all of that. It's not the instrument. It's not the timing. It's not the groove. I mean, all of that is important, but there's one important factor that if you miss that factor, your loop is gonna suck. Hard. Very, very hard. So what is the secret to live looping? Maybe you already guessed, because if you came from the beginning of this course, right here, you are watched like 7 hours, 8 hours of course, and now you are basically, you understood the point of live looping, which is not live looping. The point of live looping is basically live mixing. All right. To make a song that works on live looping is live mixing, live production. So I was saying about live mixing before my camera died here, and now it's all good. So live mixing, live production. What I mean by that is that you can have the right layers, all right, like I showed you, a proper riff, a proper groove, a proper everything, but if it's not mixed properly, it's not gonna sound good. And by mixed, I mean the volume. I'm not talking about equalization, compressor, all right, and stuff like that, professional mixing. I'm talking about the levels of a loop station and all the layers. Because when you play live looping, you are basically your mixing engineer. You are on stage. When you go to a gig with live looping, you give one cable to the mixing engineer, and the mixing engineer is there and do like this, and that's it. All right, that's the hard truth. And sometimes I go to venues and I say, man, this is the cable, don't do anything. Maybe a little bit of EQ. You don't need to do anything. And so the secret, the real secret is in the mix. Because let's take an example. I have a loop from the previous lesson here. Now let's pretend we need a new layer, the final layer that I forgot to put, a keyboard sound. And I want to loop this keyboard sound. Let's loop it. Now that we looped the keyboard, let's play the main theme. Awful, awful. Everything was good till I put that final layer. What happened? It was too loud in the mix. Too loud. All right? Now, and I can't play the theme. Now, let's redo this. But with proper volume. If I do it with this volume, it doesn't sound in the, it won't sound, you can't hear it in the mix. Now here you can hear it, it's a little bit behind everything, but there's a reason. This is the loop, it's not the main lead. When I'm solo, I can't play a solo like this. I need to play the solo like this. But when I'm looping, I need to be careful with my volumes. it's good. And it's the same thing for the guitar. If I play the main theme like this, too low, still low. Now it's good. Right? Now you're getting the point. So the other important factor about having a mixer with you is that you can mix it. Now I have a problem with that. The problem is that the mixer is under the table here. You can clearly see. So if I want to manage the volumes by myself, I need to get on my knees and move the knobs, and it's painful because I have the guitar. And so I managed to find a solution by myself by having the drum levels good first. So I have my drum levels. Those drum levels, if I start looping like this, all right? All right? It may sound loud, but it's not, because this is the right volume for the kick. And when I'm playing with the guys, Frank and Luke, sometimes Luke goes, hey man, keep down the bass, keep down the kick, because we start a song with the kick. That's not right, because when there's all the rest of the song, all right? Where is that? Here it seems loud. But when we have all the instrument, it's in the right spot. So you need to understand the volume of your instruments. All right? Oh, look at that clap. It's so loud. Now I have the loop here. Now it's good. All right? In a proper mix, when you're playing at your house and you're making a CD, it's totally fine to have with a low volume at. But if you have one single channel loop station, you need to have the right volume. All right? You need to have it. It's the right volume. If this is the right volume, I don't care. It's the right volume. All right? If it sounds too loud by himself, doesn't matter. This is the right volume when it comes to looping. And that's the reason how I managed to not get on my knees and fix because you can do like this, you know. You can have your vocals here on the mixer and like doing like this, and then all right. But now let's get it back. All right, like this. But how I managed to do that? First of all, with the microphone, I have a very loud microphone here, but I can use my distance for microphone volume. Second, on my guitar, I have 2 boosters, so I have 3 volumes. First volume, second volume, third volume. All right? When I start to record a song, I don't start recording with all the boosters on. Because then when I go to the lead section and do the main theme, I don't have enough volume for my theme to come out. Instead, I'm doing like this. All right? And also, on the keyboard, I have my keyboard here, and I can choose the volume of the keyboard. All right, that's one problem with Ableton Live looping. If you're playing with Ableton Live, you can't do this, for example, because once you loop the track, if you lower the volume, it will lower the track volume and not the the single instrument. So that's, be careful with that. That's why I use these machines, analog machines and digital machines, but that are outside the computer. Other thing that I can say about mixing, yeah, that's it. The delay is an important fact in the mix of a song, especially in live looping, because it glues everything together. This is really the key, guys, to live looping. The volumes and all the glue that comes together in a song. You know, sometimes people said while I play live stream, say, man, you have such a crisp sound. It sounds like a recording. That's because I'm a good mixer when it comes to live looping. And so when my keyboard player says, and we loop the bass like this, and he says, man, it's too loud. Yeah, because it's by himself, all right? But when it comes with the drums here, all right? So that's the point. You need to have the proper levels when you record. All right, when you record on the loop station. Now, I show you the example here because I delete the loop here, but it's the same thing. All right. And by the way, if you want to know advanced tricks on the Boss RC505, check out, maybe it's already out, the course, Advanced Live Looping. I don't know the name that I give to that course. All right, and so that's it. All right. This is the final lesson, and now there's a couple extra lessons without loop station, just me talking about opportunities that you can have by playing the loop station. All right, so now let's move on to the final lessons. Thank you for being with me here. Don't skip the final lessons, are very crucial, and after that, rewatch these course at least 5 times, and I'm gonna explain it right now. You need to watch this course 5 times because you know you might think you understand something, but you didn't. It's like reading a book twice, 3 times, or watching a movie. You know, you're watching a movie, and all of a sudden you said, "Hey, I didn't remember that line. I didn't remember that detail." You know, and so when you rewatch, your brain is gonna be like bombarded with bombs, information about live looping, and it's gonna get from your conscious mind to your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind. And this is something I learned, that when you have something in your subconscious mind, you got it. When it's only in the conscious mind, it's not. You don't got it. So to get from the subconscious to the conscious to the subconscious mind, all right. Let's pretend here is where the subconscious mind here, and here, all right. From down here, it's the subconscious, and the subconscious, it's attached to the body. And the body will get you going. It gets the action. All right? That's just a metaphor to get you understand. And so when you repeat 5 times, the information goes from your conscious mind to the subconscious mind, and then you have automatically learned the information. And it's the same thing when you learn an instrument. When you learn for the first time, you're like, you need to think about it. All right, but then you're talking with a friend and you can do, oh yeah, hey, what's up, man? All right, it's subconscious. It's all automatic. And also like driving. Sometimes you're thinking and you find yourself arrived at destination. Who drove? It was the subconscious mind, all right? So that was a little bit extra part to tell you that repeat this course 5 times, 10 times, all right? Every time you get the detail, every time there's something more. All right? Now let's get to the final lesson and see ya.